Warning, this story is not mine and is not about me. It was originally from reddit.com, but is being posted in video form in the spirit of sharing. All credit goes to the author, and the link to the story is below. Thank you. Parallel Universe Girlfriend. So I guess a little context is in order. My girlfriend and I have been together about a year at this time. Never had big problems, we were both pretty relaxed people. Never had a big fight, never had trust issues, the whole shebang. So one day, I was out in front of my apartment building smoking a cigarette. This was before we lived together. I had seen her the night before, had a nice dinner, gone out to a bar, then gone to my place, after which she took a taxi home. So as I'm standing out in front of my apartment building, she pulls up in a taxi. I wasn't expecting her and was pleasantly surprised to see her. I put out my cigarette, smiled, and walked up saying something like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" in a very friendly way. She scours at me and slaps me square across the jaw. Obviously, I'm dumbfounded and at a loss for words, so I just kind of looked at her. She never said anything, just barged past me into the building. I followed her up to my apartment, asking her what was happening the whole way. She goes into my apartment, grabs her bag and some of her stuff she left there, throws a few things at me, breaking a glass or two, and knocking down a bunch of stuff on a shelf. She calls me a pig, saying she knows everything, and that I've broken her heart. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, obviously, and she stops on her way out when I touch her sleeve, glares at me, and slaps me. She tells me something like, "I hope I never see you again," and walks out. I followed her to our street, and she got in her cab and drove off. The street was pretty empty. This was maybe 8 or 9 a.m., and I watched her drive off. At this point, I'm just lost for words, scared, and sad. Then, as I'm watching the cab drive away, someone hugs me around my waist from behind. I turn around, and it's her, in her running clothes. She was wearing heels and a leather jacket before, and I went completely pale. She says hi, in her usual happy-go-lucky tone, then noticed my look, and said, "What's wrong?" I spun around. No taxi. It had literally driven away 5 seconds earlier. No way it could have turned in that time, and all the lights were red. I didn't say anything to her, just ran upstairs. Her bag was gone, things were still broken, my door still wide open. So then I told her. We were both monumentally confused. There was no way I could have mixed her with someone else, and she's an only child. We had security check the cameras, and sure enough, me following a girl to my apartment. The angles weren't great, and the film wasn't great quality, but it was pretty easy to see me and my face, but hers was always hard to make out, but looked a hell of a lot like her, but never a clear shot. No way it was the same girl. It still creeps me out, and we don't talk about it. Edit. Someone in the comments made me realize I should add a follow-up of this. We did file a police report. They came, gathered up all the broken stuff, and found only my fingerprints and my girlfriend's on them. Same with the door, and this girl got into my apartment building herself, which means she knew my door code. Her typing it in is on the footage. I just hope I never see her again. Edit number 2. Brought up in a conversation with user ZapActionsDower. I had a conversation with a professor at Columbia, a family friend, about this situation hypothetically, not wanting to sound the fool. He teaches something like philosophy and other things to do with superstition and explaining the unexplainable. One of his explanations was very close to this. Somehow, a mirror of our world, running a nearly identical timeline, folded over onto ours and collided with ours temporarily. Maybe she saw me at the bar the night before with another girl, who was my girlfriend, not seeing her face, and decided to break up with me the next morning, coming to my apartment. Then the amount of a disturbance that resulted in this caused our two worlds to break apart right as she drove away. I'm really not one to believe in those things, but after this, I really don't consider anything impossible. Also, that makes me wonder, if that's true, how much did I mess up in this mirror world? Things can't possibly be the same there now. She broke up with me. I don't know. It's a lot to think on. The end.